Hello everyone, welcome back to a very special Top 10 Commander video. Here today I'm going to talk about 10 very powerful Commander cards, possibly the 10 best Commander cards that ever existed in the history of ever. My criteria for this list is pretty simple, has to be a very powerful card. Powerful. So let's jump right into it. Number 10 here we have, a pretty powerful card. It's been banned for a long time. As a commander option, it was just ridiculous. I'm of course talking about Leovold, Emissary of Trest. You have the ability to pretty much shut down card draw. And of course people can draw one card each turn, but they can't draw any more than one card. So if you have anything that can force your opponents to discard and then constantly redraw, they're not going to draw into any more cards, which makes it perfect for something like a Windfall. This ability would be annoying enough if it were just a mono blue commander option, but you have access to 3 colors here, and you have probably the 3 best colors. Just overall a ridiculously powerful card. And then number 9 we have Glenn, the Voice of Calm, 3 mana white blue creature with Skulk, so he can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, and when he deals combat damage to a player, you draw cards equal to his power. We have a guy named Glenn in a fantasy-themed card game. Don't you love it? This is just insanely powerful, as you can see here. Glenn is no stranger to being pursued by several zombies, and you have to be pretty powerful if you're going to be escaping all of them. I don't know what it is. I mean, people just really like Glenn. He's that guy from that TV show. And then number 8, we have yet another guy that people like. We have Daryl, Hunter of Walkers. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent creates 3 Walker tokens. He can tap to deal 2 damage to target creature. And whenever a zombie an opponent controls dies, you get to draw a card. Way too OP, man. If you're asking me, I don't think these commander options should have ever been made. I mean, clearly that crossbow right there, that's a little bit too lethal. If you can just point and pull a trigger, that's just way too powerful. And you can deal 2 damage to any target creature. I mean, come on. What do they expect us to do in Magic the Gathering? And then number 7, we have Michonne, Ruthless Survivor. Look at that katana. If you're gonna go out into the wilderness during a zombie apocalypse, you don't necessarily need a gun, you don't necessarily need a crossbow, you only really need a solid melee weapon. And you want something that can cut clean, get to those zombie brains without much resistance. And a katana can do that for you, it can be razor sharp. When she enters the battlefield, you create 2 Walker tokens, and as long as Michonne is equipped, she must be blocked if able. Whenever Michonne and at least 2 zombie creatures attack, she gains indestructible until end of turn. The only confusing thing about this card is that it looks like she's already equipped. Why would you need to equip another sword there? She already has her katana. But that's just super duper ridiculously powerful. I mean, no sharp objects allowed here. We're all sensitive in the Magic the Gathering community. We might get a paper cut if you keep giving us these powerful cards here, Wizards. And then number 6 we have Rick, Steadfast Leader, 4 mana for a 3/4 human soldier. As he enters the battlefield, choose 2 abilities from among First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Humans you control have each of the chosen abilities, and as long as you control 4 or more humans you control get +2/+2. Holy cow! I mean, human tribal has always been pretty busted in the commander format, but this just took it to a whole nother level. He's even got 2 survivor friends there in the background, as you can see. I mean, he's that guy who always calls his son Coral. Man, talk about just a real leader here. However, I don't think he's quite as powerful as this next card here that we have to talk about, and that is number 5, Negan, the Cold-Blooded. 5 mana in Mardu colors. Only one of those people who has 3 different colors apparently. He's a human rogue. When he enters the battlefield, you and target opponent each secretly choose a creature that player controls. Then those choices are revealed, and that player sacrifices those creatures. And whenever an opponent sacrifices a creature, you create a treasure token. So you're really punishing them by making them sacrifice something they don't want to sacrifice. And if they choose wrong, they end up sacrificing 2 creatures. Way too OP. Anytime you get a treasure token in return for just doing something simple like killing creatures, you're just gonna go off. You're gonna go off and combo. This is totally CEDH playable. I just really don't know what Wizards of the Coast, what they were thinking with this card. Just way too good. And then number 4 we have Cute Stuffed Animal. For 1 green mana, you get an easily merchandisable toy creature. It's just a 1/1, but it has probably the best ability for this mana that you can ever get. For 1 green mana, you can trick someone into playing Magic the Gathering against their better judgment. No! Why would you ever want to play this game? You know how much money it costs? I know you like the toys, you like the knickknacks, and you like the different characters and cosplays, but even the cheapest decks you're still gonna spend like $50, and you're never gonna get that time back. So just save your money and buy a PC or something. And then number 3 we have Slab of Tofu. Slab of Tofu, I don't know what they were thinking this past summer. This just took over Standard, and I don't know when they're gonna learn that making cheap artifacts that can fit into just every single deck, that's never going to be a healthy environment for the game, because every deck is gonna have the same card in it. It's gonna have that same strategy, and every deck's been using Slab of Tofu the same exact way. They've just been shoving it in their face. It's not very creative. It's incredibly powerful, it's just way too powerful. I think Wizards of the Coast, they knew exactly what they were doing. It's the same problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! They just create really overpowered cards just because they know people are going to complain about them and they're going to be forced to ban them. Just frustrates me, just really gets under my skin. And then number 2 we have Elijah Wood, Hollywood actor. Now this was probably the last straw for me. I mean, ugh! All these Lord of the Rings crossovers, but they don't even give us a Frodo, they just give us Elijah Wood. 2 mana, white creature, a 1/2 legendary hobbit. When Elijah Wood enters the battlefield, watch the entire Peter Jackson trilogy in 1 day. That's like 9 hours. And if you do, you take an extra turn after this one. This is really White's extra turn spell. I don't think we've had one before. The cost is pretty high though. I mean, you do have to spend 9 hours doing something else on the side, but considering that it's only 2 mana, it's on a creature ETB, you get a good blocker. Since it's an ETB, you can blink it and do it all over again, watch another 9 hours, and then take another turn. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be willing to do anything for an extra turn in White. And then, number 1. There's no honorable mentions because, quite frankly, I don't want to dignify any of these cards by giving them honorable mentions. But number 1 is Mini Keanu Reeves. 5 mana, 1 mana of every color, for a legendary chosen one. He's a 10/10 and he has every ability except for the bad ones. I heard that might be a good thing. You don't play Mini Keanu Reeves from the command zone though, he plays you from the chair zone. So for those of you who are a little bit behind, Wizards of the Coast introduced a new zone to the Commander format, and it's called the chair zone because previously we just had a command zone, we had every other zone. Now the chair zone is where you are, the player. You sit in your chair, and some commanders are so powerful where they have this condition where they cannot be played by you from the command zone. They instead play you. So when you are in play, you are a 2/2 vanilla creature. Gosh, that's gotta suck. But on the upside, you know, he is a pretty cool looking commander option. I know a lot of people feel obligated to like him. So that means I really just like this Mini Keanu Reeves guy. Oh man, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I don't know what it is with Wizards of the Coast and just giving us way too powerful cards. I mean, Commander is a very popular format, it's growing. I know more and more people are looking into competitive EDH, but still. Leave something for us casual players who just enjoy a good old 1 hour long game experience. We don't want to gather a whole group of friends and then spend 10 minutes playing one game. That's not that fun. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, comment, share, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Void here signing off. Have a wonderful day.
Call!